The world-famous painting The World After Death was drawn by the author based on the hell scene on the verge of death. About the Lotus Master 2030, everyone must have heard of the teaching of the year. The core of this prophecy is to point out that 2030 annual meeting award takes place in the world. According to the information I saw, it is roughly as follows. Fuzang's prediction of the Fuzang division Jiminu Dendoje, the 18th Duluka army will hold 108 different weapons and armor. Their food, language and clothes are different from ours. They are all extremes who are not satisfied. Jia Zasanjie Dojie, as the heart of covering up the chaos in the era of inferiority and robbery, please pray for a wish. The inferiority is rewarded in the flow of the sea, and the evil words shake the hearts of the powerful lords. And the evil wishes are turned into a storm of weapons. This evil sign is approaching the message. The ignorant fool is confused and unknown, and fear is born when they see and hear it. 2030, the number of disasters in the year, the best time to cover up is 2024 year. Dendoje, year of the Iron Dog. 2030, the obstacle can be in the year of the Wooden Dragon. 2024. Cover it back in the year. Because these are the convenience of destroying the enemy, there is no doubt that they can be covered up. Dunju Limba, the dogma of the barbarians will walk in the year of the Iron Dog, and it should be ruled back to cover the track in the year of the Dragon. More than one, but all the temples have to do it. How to cover back? 1. Build the Lotus Master statue and the Demon Tower in all sides. 2. Recite specific Lotus Master's prayer text, Lotus Master's mantra, and hang this kind of wind and horse flag. 3. Practice the suppression and other career methods of Fuba King Kong. In order to avoid this kind of misfortune, the prophecy says that there are many convenient methods according to cause and effect. In Fuzang Jiminu Dendoje's catalog of prophecies says, therefore, it should be covered in this way in the future. It's like you will rise in the river. Build a dam in front of the overflow to block the water, otherwise there is nothing we can do when the water comes. And place the Wujin statue on the top of the highest mountain, hang the multicolored Lotus Master's wind and horse flag on all sides, recite auspicious songs and make wishes. Recite the Lotus Master's mantra loudly day and night, the broad wish for the achievement of wishes, and the carving of the Lotus Master's mantra on the stone cliff. These are the special conveniences shown by Ben Fuzang. And build pagodas in various places and under each valley. Try your best to put the statues of the Lotus Master to remove the 4 disasters in the pagoda. Welcome the Master to life, and build large or small towers according to their ability. In the precession of Kagama, it is said, in the standing posture statues of the 5 great Buddhas, the wheels, seed characters, treasures, medicinal herbs, cereals and colorful silks are placed, and then buried on the properly selected top of the mountain. Recite auspicious hymns, granting and opening the light. According to this great species, the chaos will subside, and the 5 major Buddhas will settle down, so everywhere the merits and virtues of Lixian can be increased. In addition, if the regulations are implemented in accordance with the 10-way law, the happiness of the place where it is implemented will increase. Even if you can complete the convenience of the other cover of the 5 Dulukas, all important and rich people, as well as other believers, should be in an auspicious place. Aggregate, build a qualified pagoda, place the collected weapons in it, tie them with a net or 5-color rope, and the weapons face down, so as to suppress all the waves, ghosts, and outsiders. Please open the light, offer offerings and pray, so that all the misfortunes related to weapons will be reduced, there will be no fights and quarrels here, and the foreign army can be blocked. Or, collect a lot of drugs to make a magic meeting, and place the spire of the medicine in the tower, which can eliminate the disease damage after opening the light. Or, collect a variety of cereals and put them in the tower as before, and there will be no famine. In the deep Fuzang of Duanjiang Linba, the great Fuzang master, he said, Zuanqing's demon tower has a variety of auspicious fates that can conquer all places and is not turned by the evil wishes of Maluo. If one can be built in every place, it can reverse the demon evil religion for 100 years. In addition, in the prophecy of the Fuzang master Renjin Wujin Xiahuan, it is said, the establishment of the temple of Fuma Wujin. Abiding by the doctrine of karma cause and effect, preserving the traditions of ancestors, making mulberry smoke offerings, rewarding wishes offerings, making and hanging wind and horse flags. It's very esoteric, the method of covering the power of evil. There are many such prophecies. Kanzi Dingbi Wangshu also taught that all these back-covering methods can be classified as a brief item. 1. Build Lotus Master statues or demon towers in all directions. 2. Recite the broad-based wish to become a prayer, or the abbreviated Dabasan Chioma. Recite the Lotus Master's mantra and hang the wind and horse flags with these prayers written on all directions, and recite auspicious praises to the other wish. 3. Practivate the suppression, burning, expulsion and other enlightenment undertakings of auspicious King Kong. If you want to build a Lotus Master statue, if possible, you should build the shape of Zhenfu Ucc known, or Wei Xi Xian Yu. The size and material depend on each person's ability, place and time. You should correctly disguise the dirty spell and turn on the light, and then welcome the invitation to the place mentioned. As for the pagoda, it should be built in key places, such as the 24 places, the 8 corpses forest. The pagoda capital Yangdu, the place where the witch limbs are suppressed in Songzang Bujian Temple. The snowy mountains and the top of the mountains in the 4 directions of the southeast and northwest of the world, as well as the sea of rivers, regional borders, river intersections, and the places where people live. Its size, the large one is several floors high, the middle 1 floor or 1 person is tall, the small one is 1 cubit high. And the smallest one also has a professor who built a high pagoda. It is also said that it is like a real pagoda in the 1008 pagodas and other scriptures. This is easy to operate and very effective, so please carry out all the steps to build the demon tower, load the spell and turn on the light, as mentioned before. Then, with the motive of complete bodhicitta, place it on the snowy mountain, the top of the mountain, and the middle of the forest. If it sinks under the bottom of the lake or buried in the ground, it will not be disturbed by the enemy. Similarly, the method of returning to the turbidity of the world in the above prophecy is to collectively recite the billion lotus master mantras. And encourage others to recite the Guangban S. Wishrenyan achievement prayer, the Dabasan Chilma of the abbreviated book, print and hang the 5-color wind horse flag. Throw the wind horse, build a fire or water turning sutra wheel, and play loudly or recordings of broadcast spells and prayers. It is said that we must adopt various methods. Using Jia Zasanjie Dojie also said in the prayer text mentioned earlier. This powerful toxic nuclear bomb that destroys the winner's teachings and the life expectancy of sentient beings and the goodness of sentient beings. It can destroy the unprecedented chaos of countless human beings in the past, and the upcoming expedition will be more and more powerful. For this reason, anyone in modern times, with a strong disgust and fear of creation, the heart continues to be moved involuntarily. Thinking about the metaphor of a young child calling his mother or thinking about the lotus washing in danger. So as to invite the 3 treasures of the sea as a lesson, or the book is hung on the bridge on the top of the mountain, etc. There is great necessity, merit and interest. If you believe in me, please keep it in mind. The above has the value of large-scale implementation, and it is simple and easy to implement. Please work hard to implement it. Besides, we need to do the qualified great cultivation of Jixiang Pu the King Kong and the practice of gatherings, including its suppression, burning and expulsion. In the prophecy catalogue mentioned above, Dendoje said, in particular, it is necessary to cover the ceremonial track in this deep hiding place. Offer offerings and eat children on the 10th day of the first lunar month, recite the biography of Buddha's original life, offer mulberry smoke to the local gods, and build shrines on the top of the mountain. Sanker and offer offerings and bury the treasure bottle. Make cleansing rituals on the mountain or by the lake, offer gifts, and sing and praise the Lord. Among the methods listed, it is very important that the monks of each sect led by the saints should be responsible for carrying out the offerings and mulberry smoke rituals. Giving orders to the gods, purifying the sacred objects according to the divine mountains and the Buddha's body and speech. And burying treasure bottles to make up for the environmental and emotional decay. Therefore, I urge you to keep this in mind. At the same time, I encourage people who believe in Buddhism, generally follow the law, avoid bad deeds. Especially release fish and other animals, do their best in the way of non-violent peace, and combine these good deeds with wishes and auspicious wishes. As for the future, not to mention the gods, ghosts and gods, even the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas may not fully see through, because there are variables. If you think that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas can one by one completely unmistakable, which means that everything is destined, what is the meaning of practice? And it is not in line with the right view of cause and effect. The future of Buddha and Bodhisattva is often a relatively stable karma for sentient beings. The prediction of the fruit of success, but even if the karma is stable, that is, the determination of karma, there is also the possibility of recovery. Therefore, even the great lotus master who immediately became a Buddha, there are cases where the prophecy of thousands of years has not been realized, because variables appear in the middle. In the World War of the last century, Lianhua also left Fuzang as secret and fairyland. He designated a specific Fuzang master to open and guide all living beings into refuge. For example, the first and second princes had the opportunity to open the secret world, but they did not open it. Another Fuzang master was a failure. Because there were too many people with him and too many obstacles, he died at the gate of the secret world, that is, the governor Lin Ba. It is extremely important to choose the right time to cover up the consequences of bad karma. The earlier it is, the easier it is, and the later it is, the more difficult it is, or even impossible. Just like the early, middle and late stages of human cancer, the later it is discovered and treated, the closer it is to death, the more difficult it is to recover. Shiyu Samadhi saw high probability event 1 without mistake. 下划线 2030 The years of swords and soldiers were robbed, and sentient beings and the teachings were greatly declined. Since it is a probability, it is not a fact that the time has not come. It can be reversed through practice and continuous cover-up. Life is short, such as the morning dew. I hope everyone can practice hard, always accumulate good deeds and virtues, take merits and virtues as armor, and shuttle freely in all the disasters and hardships of swords and soldiers. Of course, if there is a wide range of swords and soldiers in the future, it is also very good for you to have the ability to open a secret fairyland and bring your family and friends into it. I pray for world peace, China's prosperity and strength, and people's peace and happiness.